TP for 1 second. In reference to that, because I'm looking at it from a historical standpoint and a current condition, because that puts me in the mind of COINTELPRO.
Exactly, that's what it was.
Okay, because what happened in the 60s, 70s, but continues throughout Black America, when we get any information that could begin to awaken us to become a reckoning power of people, if they can't destroy the leadership, they remove the information. Once the information or education is removed, then they infiltrate by sending people in with a form of education. And they use that to manipulate the masses that don't know, which this is what brings about what's called the blueprint, the fall of humanity.
Yeah.
Can I read something to you brothers right quick, since you mentioned the COINTELPRO?
Yes, sir.
In October 1928, October, I said 1928, excuse me. October 28, 1982.
2 letter, yeah.
In the introduction to awareness session document. This document here was the introduction to the 33 pages.
Yes, it was.
This was the introduction to the 33 pages. So they put this out. In the third paragraph, it said, through the awareness of this document, which was the 33 pages, we want our entire membership to become aware, educated, and knowledgeable of the defects that plagued our community. This so-called experiment was no more and no less than another phase of the government's counterintelligence program. It's the COINTELPRO. So everything that you just said is documented facts. It's documented facts. And that's what they did to us. And so now when you take the leadership away, this is like you say this here. We're going to use the parents. We're going to use parents, right? The parents is the leadership and the children are the membership. All right? You take the parents out of the home. Now, the children are young. They're young. They're 13, 14, 15 years old. You take the parents out of the home. Now the children are raising themselves. They raise themselves from children basically up to adults. But in the process of raising themselves, they basically are destroying the house. Now you see all these peoples walking around, these other adults, seeing these children out here in the neighborhoods. Nobody is trying to help them. Only thing they doing, they running from them or talking about them behind their backs.
Right.
So what the children do, the children lose respect for the adults.
Yep.
All right. So now they raise themselves. The house is falling apart and everything. Now all of a sudden, the adults come back. Now the adults are trying to rebuild the house, restructuring everything. But the children is looking at some of the adults is like, man, y'all been here, man. Y'all abandoned us, man. Y'all wasn't here for us. We ain't trying to hear that. Y'all been out here. Y'all been misusing us and that, man. Y'all ain't trying to bring us no food. Y'all ain't trying to help us go to school. Y'all ain't trying to help us do nothing. Y'all just been talking about us.
Yep.
And that's what we have within the family today. People's dropped the ball. You had infiltrators and manipulators to come in to start misusing these children because they trusting in you. They still trying to keep this family structure. They trusting in you as an adult that you're going to lead and guide them the right way. But we know what you're doing. You're leading them astray.
Yep.
For your own personal and selfish gains. What you say, brother?
TP. So what strategy would that be called according to the 48 laws of power?
Oh, so you got to tell me that, bro. I ain't read the 48.
That's the divide and conquer strategy, Pop.
Okay. All right. Hey, straighten the old man out then. Hey, I ain't too big.
You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just thinking, I was just taking in what you were saying, right? Now, if the family structure is destroyed,
right?
The parents has been gone for years, right?
Right.
So the kids is raising themselves.
Right.
But after so long, the parents start coming back into their lives. You know what I mean? That deteriorates the family structure because the youth are rebelling against the, you know what I'm saying? That family dynamic. They're rebelling against their mother and father.
Because they built their own structure now. Because they've been
Exactly.
abused so much by other adults. The uncles and their aunts and their cousins and everybody that's older than them. They've been abused so much. They're like, hold on, man. This ain't happening no more. We building our own structure.
Exactly. And even for the women, single parents, you know, that's been trying to do the best by their children. And you know how hard it is for a single mother to raise a male, to raise a man child.
True that.
You know what I mean? So that right there deteriorates the family structure. And there's no, you know what I'm saying, organization within the family. So that divide and conquer rule, you know, that plays a hell of a dynamic in the families today, especially those who grew up in rough areas like Chicago and different areas of that nature. Baltimore, New York,
all over.
California. You know what I'm saying?
Then they start saying this here, Brother Midnight and Brother Blayland. The media is controlling us so much that now they're telling our children, the vice lords are your enemy. The GDs are your enemy. The BDs are your enemy. The Stones are your enemy. Kill a Crip, kill a Blood. Do this here, do this here. And so now, not only that, now you got the record companies promoting it.
Yeah.
So now people start listening to the music and they start believing it.
Yep.
Now it got to the point now, I'm smoking on your dead homie. They making songs about everybody homies being dead. But in the past, when somebody was murdered, everybody wanted to keep that quiet. Let the dead rest. But this is the structure that the children has created
for themselves
because the adults dropped the ball. And those who were there didn't want to have nothing to do with them. And it was misleading. So now the children has become so disgruntled because they really don't know their parents. Because their parents, when their parents left them, they were shorties.
Yeah.
So they really don't know their parents. Yep. So now that they don't know that their parents truly love them, they was trying to do everything that they can to make sure that they was okay. They don't know this though because the system took their parents away.
Yep.
So they was left to deal with life on their own. And those who were out there misused them. So now when the parents say, okay, just like this here, South Central, OG Bobby Johnson was trying to get home to his son.
Yeah.
But his homie Ray Ray had cuffed his son. And Ray Ray was manipulating and misusing OG Bobby Johnson's son. Yes, when Bobby Johnson come home, Ray Ray was trying to throw Bobby back in the game. Bobby like, hey man, I'm done with all that, man. I just want my son. Mm-hmm. What did Ray Ray do? Ray Ray used manipulation. Had the man's son to pull a gun on him. Yep. Now let's take that and use that in today's society where now you got a lot of the parents coming back out and trying to lead the right way. But you got all them Ray Rays out there that's telling the youngsters, man, kill your father. Kill your uncle. Kill your grandfather. Mm-hmm. That's what we have, man. That's what we are left with today in society, man. This is why it is important with what we're doing and teaching the new concept the way it's supposed to be. And what you brothers are doing, but the one thing that y'all always do, and I want y'all to notice this here, man. I keep telling y'all, Nobody is attacking what you brothers are saying. You know why? Because you all are using the black and white to support everything that you're saying. When truth is on the scene, falsehood is going to flee. But you better believe falsehood is going to fight before it flee. It ain't going to just get out the way. It's going to fight for its position because it's been there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But you got to keep nailing the truth into them. You got to keep hammering the truth. We can't stop hammering the truth. This is what we have to continue to do. Disclaimer. All available content in this awareness session is for positive lifestyle management purposes. Positive lifestyle management does not advocate or support gang banging, drug selling or usage, violence, or any negative actions, behavior, or attitude against men, women, or children. Our platform is for the uplifting of fallen humanity.